Record. Hey everybody, this is Jeffrey, this is Ripecolor, and this is the weekly reading for the collective July 17th through the 24th. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. I realize that the lighting isn't great. It's the best I could do. Try to do the outdoor videos, and it's too windy, it's too loud. So, you know, it's like you got to make do with what you got. You know, my little mini message is you're more powerful than you know. Okay. Yay. A little positive message. Please join me on Tarot Tuesdays. It's not as easy to find readers as you might imagine. So I'm not sure when the next one's going to be up, but hopefully soon. Right now we're up to the Wheel of Fortune with Scott Allen, and additionally I have weekly videos to Jean. I have weekly videos with you, and Tarot Tuesdays. Website ripecolor.com. I have pocket squares, handmade scarves, handmade t-shirts, astrology wear. There's something else I wanted to say, but I can't remember what it is. 17th through the 24th. Okay. I have my little setup now. But if I sneeze, the whole thing falls apart. All right. Lots of messages coming through, lots of fertile messages, lots of ideas. And you know, I always get with her, I mean, so she's a queen, she's about patience, she's got the black cat. My energy with her is like, act now. My energy with her is always like, act now. This is the time, you know, it's like, you've been waiting. It's, you know, you're sitting in the, it's like now. There's none of this, well, you know, I have to wait for everything to be perfect. And I have to, look, if I waited for everything to be perfect, then I wouldn't be doing this video. And also, so she's patient. She's really about summertime because she's a wand. Well, spring, summer. She's very smart in the way she acts, you know. She knows when to be fiery and she knows when to, like, you know, just sit back and wait. But to me, it's like the energy is now, because this is also about swiftness. And then the last card I get, I mean, for the first level, is the Fool. So it's really about, well, like, let's try something new. I have these new ideas. I have these new concepts, and it's like, I'm gonna wait, you know, until everything's perfect. No, that ain't gonna work. Okay. Use your intuition. Use your intuition. The thing is too, if I have two queens already, it's like, you know, sometimes you try something and it doesn't work initially, but it's like, just be patient and keep on going. Just be patient and keep on going. Because you're starting something new. Okay, I'm going to read this today as creative thinking. Like as creative thinking, because it's a 3, and it's like ideas coming together to form something new, like a few different ideas coming together to form something new. Boy, it's dark in here. Okay. If I open that door, then the light comes in behind me, and that's always weird. Yeah. Whoa. Knight of Swords. You know, he's about swift action. And he's also, I feel like, you know what it feels like? If you take the action, and once you start on something, like a new idea comes to you. It's like you start cooking something, and it's like, you know, I have the broccoli in the refrigerator. I think I can add that to this. You know, it's like ideas coming from spirit, ideas coming from people around you, ideas coming from the internet, ideas coming from, who knows where the ideas come from, right? Yeah. Toward, you know, like, be the authority in your life. Be the authority in your life. be the one who like makes the decision, who delegates, putting things together. I always feel like with him, like he's a great manager. He's a great manager. So he puts things together and, makes them work, you know? Yeah, toward something that's really satisfying to you, toward something, toward your dreams, toward what your wishes are, toward what makes you feel loved, toward what makes you feel emotionally satisfied, full. And it's not about like burning the past up, and it's like maybe taking some of those lessons. I can't believe how dark it is in here. It's maybe about taking some of those lessons, and I have a little light on, believe it or not. And it depends where I move to, right? About taking those lessons and utilizing them, using your ideas and your energy from the past in order to move forward. But I feel like there's definitely a real forward movement here toward abundance, toward nourishment, toward clarity. And what I'm also really getting from this energy today is this energy of you learn as you do. Like if you just sit around and contemplate, there's not like a contemplation card here. It's really about let's move, let's go forward, and I'm going to learn as I go. Oh, well, I thought that was the right store to buy this in, but obviously it wasn't. Or I thought I needed this contraption to make this work, but I don't. So now I'm going to use the other contraption or something like that. It's like, you're going to learn by action. You're going to learn by action. That's what I'm really getting. Now, let me show you, because I know people like to see the cards. This is a shelf from one of these things. I was like, I need a bigger desk. So, and also eights, excuse me, are about awareness. So it's like about awareness about what you want to get and how to get it. And awareness of, your how you're willing to take a chance, moving forward, using your intuition, using your passion, creative thinking, being the boss, being the delegator, being the one who's in charge, putting it all together toward your dreams and abundance. Beautiful. And joy, yay, hooray. And this is also, 2 threes. So this is really about like the muses coming through, like inspiration. Another queen, toward taking care of yourself physically, nurturing yourself. And what I'm getting from him today? It's like slicing through the things that don't work. As you go, it's like, well, I tried this and this didn't work, and I tried that. It's like, it's okay. That's just part of the process. That's just part of the process. You're gonna have to cut things out and bring new ideas in, and that's good, because that's how you learn. That's how you learn. The way I learn Spanish is, I practice with people that I never met, people in stores, and then I say, ¿Es correcto? Yeah, ¿Es correcto en español? ¿Qué es más correcto? What's the better way to say it? Right? Because language is funny. And that's what I was thinking to myself, and I think it's a message for you too. I can't believe how dark it is. I'm sorry. You learn by doing. Well, what came to me in meditation today was, more than you think you know. Like I know more Spanish than I think I know. And if I continue to practice and make mistakes, then I learn more. So this isn't like a, what it feels like? It feels like you're stumbling forward, but it's not a bad thing. You haven't fallen, right? You're just sort of stumbling, it's like you got to get to your destination. And it's funny because the streets here, because of the, the trees grow, and then it brings up the pavement. Between that and like the earthquake thing, the streets are really like this here. So you really got to watch where you're walking, right? You really got to watch where you're walking. And you can't be on your phone 24/7, that's for sure, because you'll just fall over. And sometimes the curb is like this high. Um, so it's like it's sort of some like my destination is the subway, the metro station, or my destination is this store or whatever it is. And it's like, okay, it's kind of like that's the road. It's a little bit uneven. It's a little bit you know, cracked, etc. And it's like, okay, it's still a road. It's still a road. It's not smooth sailing, which is fine, because I think, you learn as you go, and then you have that experience. So there's one street here that's completely broken up, and I really kind of need to be on that side of the street. But when that street comes up, I cross the street. So I go like this, and then I cross the street, and I walk on that street, and then I go back. And like that's part of my understanding of the way to get to the park. Yeah, and what's interesting? I think you're actually going to let go of this. It's funny because it was just full moon in Capricorn. And full moons, a lot of times, it's not only a time to begin things, but it's also a time to let go of things. So I feel like it's time to let go of this false idea of I can't do it. I can't move forward. I can't go after I think that's a false idea. It's sort of like what I said for the full moon, which is, this notion of, oh, well, in the past, I wasn't able to do this. In the past, I didn't feel like I was smart enough or good enough or had enough experience. Da, 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 da. And it's like, that's just a false belief. That's just a false belief. Yeah. And it's a burden that you're carrying. So it's time to really let go of that burden of, I can't do this. I don't know how to do that. It's like, if you don't know how to do it, then ask somebody how to do it, or look it up online, or, right. Yeah. And then what it feels like now? All of a sudden, it's like, okay, if you stumble forward and move forward with what, this new idea and this new identity and this new creative aspect and this new creative mm, endeavor, and spirit comes in to help you. And spirit comes in and gives you little gifts, says, kind of gives you like a little intuitive hit. It's like, it looks good on paper, but I'm not so sure. Or, you might meet somebody or hear something, and it's like, oh, that's the way to go. That's the path forward, right? Maybe there's a shortcut to the park that I can avoid, going over all that broken up sidewalk. Maybe there's another way, right? Maybe there's another path. Oh, but I feel like it'll be revealed to you as you know, move forward in this kind of weird, awkward, not sure way, which is fine, because you are moving forward. You are moving forward. Yeah. You might feel a little overwhelmed. It's okay. You feel overwhelmed. Yeah. Yeah. Like, don't allow your head to get in your own way. Like, have your goal. This is my goal, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get to my goal, so that I can plant new seeds. Because for me, my energy with this guy is really like, I'm going to plant an oasis in the desert. I'm going to plant, it's a place, or a place in my head or in my experience that I've never really dove into, right? Or a place that seems barren, but actually I can make it work. If I have the inclination and I have the enthusiasm and I have the will to move forward and to build something in this place, a garden that grows abundance, the sun, then I can, actually build an oasis. It's sort of like what they're greening the desert. They've done it in China, and they're doing it in Sahel, which is like the like between the desert and the jungle and this forest and the savanna in Africa, and it's like going across nearly all of Africa. A lot of nines, man. So I feel like you're going to be coming up against a lot of self-imposed, I can't do it. I don't know how to do it, and believe me, I get it. And it's like, you just got to move forward. You just got to move forward. You just got to move forward. It's like, if that's your dream and that's where you want to be, you just have to like push through it. And if you need to call somebody, call somebody. And if you need to take a break, you take a break. And if you need to, take, if you need to treat yourself, to trick yourself to get through it, then do that. Whatever it takes. Because it's like, this is the forward motion. And a lot of times I think we tell ourselves, oh, we stop ourselves. We stop ourselves. We block our own light. And if you got the idea and you have the inspiration and you have the inclination on the inside, then you're gonna have to summon up all your courage. You're just gonna have to summon it up. Yeah, because that's how you're going to evolve. Because that's how you're going to evolve. But the way to learn to ride a bicycle is to get on a bicycle. The way to learn how to swim is to get into the pool. The way to learn a new language is to practice the new language. Like, that's it. The way, let's say you want to start an exercise program. I talk about this a lot. It doesn't even occur to me, but maybe one day that's what's going to happen. If you want to start an exercise program, you go to the gym and you ask someone with muscles. It's like, well, how did you get those muscles? And then you watch them and you ask questions and you try it, and yeah, initially you think you're going to be able to do 40 push-ups the first day. Probably not. But if you could do one, and then the next day or by the end of the week you could do two, like, it's a process. Everything's a process. Like, I don't really like process. I really want to blink my eyes and I speak Spanish perfectly and I start writing books in Spanish, but not that I really want to write a book in Spanish. It's a process. And I have to say, I've been practicing Spanish on and off for many years already, but not in a very serious way. And like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I would say to people, it's like, I don't really understand what people are talking about when they talk to me. But now I'm understanding more and more. Like, people talk to me in the stores and stuff, and they answer my questions, and I have much more of a understanding of what they're saying. I mean, not 100%, but it's a lot better than it was. Right? It used to be 5%, now it's 20, or it used to be 10, and now it's 40 or whatever. So you have to keep on keeping on, and do whatever you need to do to get through it. Sometimes this is what I used to do when I was like, sometimes the house is like so dirty you can't even like deal with it, and it's like, oh my god, how am I going to get through this? You break it up room by room. And so I would finish the kitchen and I give myself a little Hershey's Kiss or something, or I do that, and then it's like, okay, treat yourself to something. Take a little break, take a walk around the block, have a peach, call a friend who'll tell you a joke, like that, and then get back to it. A little bit like that. There's this real energy of like, like, let's say the car won't start, you just keep on trying until the car starts, because you got to get to where you're going. A little bit like that. All right. Blessings. Thanks for joining me. Please visit my website. Please become a member. Please subscribe, etc. Blessings. See you soon. Enjoy the week.